usually do, we'll get accepted. We'll seek this acceptance from others in how we look, how we dress, how we talk, what we eat. So this also is a reason for peer pressure. We need to get the acceptance from the others. In the same way, the other people also may be seeking acceptance from others. So this reason for peer pressure. So how to address this concern? Usually we try to, if you assume that happiness may be ensured by favorable feelings from others, we try to get these feelings from the way of being ahead of others. This was our discussion last week. So two types: being ahead of others in terms of appearance, clothes, language, expression; seeking alikeness, same way, try to dress like others, the language, how the other people are speaking. Students usually in the campus, we can see it. When they come first time to the campus, their way of language, their way of communication is different. But as the time goes on, they may be imitating their seniors. So seeking alikeness, they think that if they need to get the acceptance, if they get the acceptance from the others, they can get acceptance only if they are similar to their seniors, the way how they are speaking, the way how they are dressing. So seeking alikeness, these two become the major source of peer pressure. This is what we discussed in the last week session. So sometimes they try to copy their seniors. We give it into peer pressure. We copy their appearance, language, lifestyle. It's common for us also. We also do like this. What do you think about this? Is it a reason for peer pressure? You can respond. Like if you think that my neighbor has a particular type of car, I also need to buy a similar kind of car, or maybe a better than that. Copying others. And the dressing, we may think that in a particular occasion we may need to dress like this way, so that we'll be getting acceptance from others. Or sometimes arbitrariness, we rebel, we do our own things, do whatever we like. This is my way, I don't want to be similar to you, I'm unique. Sometimes we do like that. I'm not able to see a relatedness with the others. So two approaches are there. Sometimes copying the others, and sometimes we rebel. We do our own things. We reject the other. I don't care. Are you able to see this in our own life? So what is the right solution to overcome this peer pressure? Right understanding. Developing right understanding to see the things the way they are. How can we see the things the way they are? By developing the right understanding. Understanding happiness. Understanding human being. Other is like me. We feel happy when we relate to each other. Let me ask you one question here. Kindly respond in the chat box. When we feel more comfortable, when we are able to see a relatedness with other person, or when we are able to see a difference from the other person. If you see that we are related to other and we feel happy, you can write 1. If you think that we can see a difference from the other person and we feel happy, then you can write 2. Kindly respond in the chat box. What do you think about this? Usually, when we are in a group of people, all of us want to have relationship with everyone. That's our natural acceptance. We don't want opposition. We need relationship with other people. So here also, if you are able to see relatedness with the other people, that's according to our natural acceptance. Then we feel more comfortable. But instead, if you think that you are different from the other, what will be our feeling? We feel an opposition. If we are able to see, if we see a stranger, and we feel, if you are observing the stranger, if you think that he is not similar to me, there are some differences, why the person is wearing such a dress, that means you are not able to see any relatedness with the person. So that case, it may lead to opposition. That is against our natural acceptance. So what is required? We need to develop the right understanding to see the other as similar to me. The other is like me. So what is the process? Verifying things on your own right, on the basis of natural acceptance, on the basis of validating by living accordingly. Here in the workshop also, we are presenting some proposals. So what all of us need to do? We have to verify the proposals on the basis of right understanding. That will help us to improve our self-exploration process. So now also I'm saying that peer pressure, if I try to copy the other person, it will lead to peer pressure. So consider it as a proposal. What do you think about this? Is it a reason for peer pressure? What do you think about this? If I am trying to copy other people, it will lead to peer pressure. If I am trying to rebel, I'm not different from, I am trying to do the things by my own way. That also can be a reason for peer pressure. Are you able to relate these comments to your own life? If anyone has any suggestions or any comments, any reflections, they can unmute their mic and they can comment on this. So the proposal here is to develop the right understanding to overcome the peer pressure. Actually, in the previous session, we discussed the content up to this. We can have different proficiency in language. Usually, we think that when we see a person, he's speaking a particular language, very good English, very nice. We feel that, oh, it's, we may think, we'll have a feeling of respect. Someone with a very nice clothing, we may have a feeling of respect. But do you think that this is continuous? Or do we need to develop the right understanding to see the person with the way they are, irrespective of the clothing, irrespective of the language, on the basis of right understanding? Language is only a means of communication. We can speak in different languages. Now we are speaking in English. Now we are communicating in English. We can do it in Hindi. My mother tongue is Malayalam. But I won't be, if I'm speaking in Malayalam, I won't be able to communicate the things. So what is the purpose of language? The content, what we are trying to communicate. Is it helping you anyway? Language is only a means of communication. Speaking in a particular language, what do you think about this? Will it ensure respect? Initially, it can. Maybe someone is speaking very nice language. It can, it can develop respect. But what is the content of his speech? What is the content of that communication? No way helping you. If he is speaking in a very nice language, very fluent English, but whatever the content of his communication, content of his speech is no way helping you, will it be good? Rather than language, the content is more important. So what do you think about this? Speaking in a particular language ensures your respect continuously. You can write yes or no in the chat box. Or do we need to focus on the content? Language or the content? This is what usually happen in the campus. When the children first time they come to campus, their way of communication is different, but they try to, as the time goes on, they try to imitate their seniors. This can be a reason for peer pressure. They want to get acceptance from the others. So what is required? We need to develop the right understanding to see language is only helping us in communicating the things. The content is more important. The same way, what about the purpose of the clothes? Clothes are for protecting the body. So can you get respect by wearing a certain type of clothes continuous from all? So here, let me tell you one example. If you are wearing an exotic dress in a party, do you think that you will be able to get respect, or more you will be able to summon the jealousy or envy? What do you think about this? Everyone will be respecting you, or it lead to jealousy? You can respond in the chat box. What is the purpose of the cloth? We need to protect our body. But the purpose of the cloth, if you think that this physical facility can bring respect, will it be true? Physical facility is the need of the body. Respect, it's the need of the self. We need it continuously. Need of the self is continuous. Need of the body is temporary. But if you think that this physical facility can bring happiness, can bring respect, we think that we need to accumulate it in unlimited quantity. But is it true? Any of you have any comments? So what is required? How we will be able to overcome this peer pressure? So this is what we discussed. Sometimes we try to copy others. Based on preconditioning, we think that if I have the same way of dressing, if I'm able to speak in the same manner as they are uh, uh, communicating, they are speaking, it can bring happiness, it can bring respect. So, what will be the result? It will lead to an indefinite conduct. It will lead to an indefinite conduct on the basis of others. Others are deciding. I'm not able to decide by my own. Others are deciding my behavior. If I want to buy a dress, I think that I'm comfortable in this dress, but I'm not able to decide it by my own. I think that if I am able to wear a dress similar to my friend, I'll be able to get acceptance by him or by her. So, who is deciding my feeling? I'm expecting right feelings from others. Other person is deciding my feeling. So, what can be the result? It will lead to an indefinite conduct. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. If you wear this kind of dress and you go to a party, some of them are saying that, oh, you look very beautiful, you will be happy. But instead, if someone is saying that, oh, this dress is not suiting you, it's not good for you will feel sad. So, who is deciding your conduct? Other person is reference. So, decided by other. So, it can be a reason for peer pressure. So, copying others, it can be a reason for peer pressure. So, what is the second option? Arbitrariness. I don't want to be similar to other. I always want to be different from everyone. I have my own likes and dislikes. Actually, what it means, likes and dislikes, on the basis of acceptances. These acceptances can vary, maybe on the basis of preconditioning or on the basis of sensation. It may vary. It's not the same for every time. Based on some situation, acceptances, likes are there. Some other situation, it will vary. So there also, it may lead to an indefinite conduct. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Every time I want to be different from everyone, it will lead to an opposition. I'm not able to see the relatedness with the other people. Rebel reaction. So there also paratantrata. I'm enslaved. So what is desirable? I should be able to develop this right understanding. How can I develop that? Living on the basis of natural acceptance. If you are able to see the things the way they are, on the basis of natural acceptance, it can lead to a definite contact. Right understanding, if you're able to develop right understanding, it will be there always, no change, because the source is natural acceptance. It won't change irrespective of the time, age, place, situations. Natural acceptance will remain always the same. So it will lead to a definite contact, always happy, self-organized, self-confident. So whatever decisions we are taking on the basis of natural acceptance, Whatever is the situation outside, we will remain the same. It won't affect us. It will lead to a definite contact. Are you able to see this? Any reflections here? Can I get some responses? Any of you want to say something here? Yes, Bhaiya. Srinivas Bhaiya. Any of you have any comments, any suggestions, any reflections based on the discussion so far? So the content what we are discussing here is UHV 1 content for student follow-up session, student induction program. So in the very first introductory session, we are giving them an assignment. We are asking them to write their aspirations, concerns, achievements. Why we are giving that assignment? We just want to communicate that how this UHV course can help them in addressing their concerns and achieving their aspirations. So that part, actually how to address the concern, that's what we are discussing here. Now we are discussing about the peer pressure. What are the reasons? Sometimes we will be copying others. Sometimes arbitrariness is also there. We want to be different from the other people. So both these cases, it will lead to an indefinite contact. So what is desirable? We need to have definite contact. How is it possible? On the basis of right understanding. If I am able to see the things the way they are, if I am able to see the things on the basis of natural acceptance, if you think that language and content of communication, content is more important than the language, what we are communicating, and the same way the other example, the clothes, what is the purpose? Every time we need to see the purpose. Accordingly, we can take the decisions. It will lead to a definite contact, self-organized. It can improve the self-confidence. Any of you have any comments, any reflections? Otherwise, we will move towards the last part of this session. This content, this particular content. So these are the concerns. Students are rating many concerns. So if you see the concern coming out of stress, managing pressure of academics, time management, depression, anger, suicidal thoughts, all these concerns, we want to resolve our concerns. How can we help the students to resolve their concerns? How do we want to resolve our concerns? Education need to help us. Education does help us to resolve our concerns, but usually in a piecemeal manner, in bits and pieces. There may be contrary efforts also. Effort for personality development, stress management, memory enhancement, anchor management. Every time we can see such kind of workshops in our universities, in our institutions also, we may conduct this type of workshop, personality development, stress management. But will it help us really? Those are piecemeal solutions. What is naturally acceptable? If we see all of these problems, we can see that all of them are related. Yes. All these issues are related. Yes. And if you want to say something related to the discussion, you can come forward. Kindly unmute and speak. So, what is naturally acceptable? To address one concern even at the cost of the other, or to address aspirations and concerns holistically. If you think the first one, you can write A. If you think it's the second one, you can write B. Kindly respond to the chat box. I can see many participants in the meet. We want to make it as an interactive session because each of us want to develop this self-exploration. We are co-explorers. So if you have any questions, kindly unmute and ask. So what about this? What is naturally acceptable? To address one concern, different concerns. I want to come out of stress, so I can go for stress management. I want to manage the time. I can go for time management class. Yes, I can see some responses. Subarauji is writing B. Vaishali Didi is writing B. That means to address aspirations and concerns holistically. Nice. So each of you can respond. So if we see these concerns, we can see that each of them are related. If I'm focusing on one concern, maybe for a period, for a short period, it will help us. But at the same time, many other concerns are raising up. Then I'll try to address the other one. Yes. Devi ma'am is also writing holistically. Yes. So what is desirable? We need to address the concerns holistically. So this is what we want to communicate through this particular session. According to the content, we have some home assignments. So all of us can see this question. Explore if ensuring right understanding and right feeling within could be a holistic long-term solution to concerns like peer pressure, self-confidence. So what was the discussion so far? To overcome the peer pressure, usually what we do, we try to copy the others, we try to rebel, we try to show that we are different from others. Is it the right way, or to develop the right understanding? So you can think about this question. Ensuring right understanding and right feeling within could be a holistic long-term solution to concerns like peer pressure, self-confidence. Any of you want to respond based on this question? So we can also think about ourselves. If you are trying to imitate others, if you are trying to copy others, every time it's not possible. So it can lead to, sometimes I'm okay, I'm wearing a particular kind of dress, everyone is praising me, I'm happy. That dress is not that comfortable, but still I want to be like others, or I want to be ahead of others. For this particular occasion, I need to wear such a dress. Because of that, I think that's my preconditioning. Are you able to see that it's a preconditioning? Accordingly, I will wear that particular dress. But inside, I'm not comfortable. Someone is saying that, praising you and saying that this dress suits you very well, it looks good for you, you will be happy. But maybe someone else is saying that it's not good for you, you will be in trouble, you will be unhappy. So, what is desirable? We need to have the self confidence, we need to see the purpose. So, second question, how, in your opinion, does understanding help in clearly identifying the meaning of full human potential? What is full human potential? There is a hint also, right understanding and right feeling in the self and a healthy body. Understanding human beings, understanding the need of the self, and understanding the need of the body. If you are able to develop the right understanding, if you are able to see the need of the body and need of the self separately, they are two different realities. Their needs are different, activities are different, way of fulfillment is different. Need of the body can be fulfilled by physiochemical things. But what about the need of the self? Need of the self is right understanding and right feeling. Need of the self is happiness. It can be fulfilled by right understanding and right feeling. If I am able to see this, if I am able to develop this right understanding within me, it can help clearly in identifying the meaning of full human potential. What is full human potential? When we see the activity of the self, activity of the self is desire, thought, and expectation, imagination. It's going on continuously within us. And what about the sources of imagination? Some part is guided by preconditioning, some part is guided by sensation, and some part is, very small part is guided by natural acceptance. So if you are able to develop this natural acceptance, the entire imagination guided by natural acceptance will be able to reach that full human potential. Any comments? Any reflections? And if you want to say something? Based on this content, peer pressure, or any of the previous contents? Any reflections? Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Actually, when thinking over this peer pressure, so while we were students, so we used to see that peer pressure is something which is needed so that the student community will come up. So like that, we used to make groups and we used to make the students study so that this word was something which is good for the student community. In that way, we have developed ourselves. So imitating others, those who are role model for us. So such things used to happen. But when together with the UHV, when we are looking to this definite conduct, so the peer pressure, that concept that we have to change totally, I'm thinking. Even for my case, when I used to imitate some of my teachers or copy my teachers so that I want to become like them. or why I want to teach like them, so that I was having some role models. So in that way, taking some good things from them, I have developed myself and I have developed my own way. So whether this can be taken as a starting point, or whether we have to guide our student community, those who are we are seeing that they are having some role models and some kind of peer pressure is also there. So in that way, in what way we can interpret it?
Very nice, Devi ma'am. Actually, there are two parts of your reflection. So initially, it was related with the students. Usually, we think that if among the students, if we are able to see that there is a peer pressure too, actually, we are trying to develop that competition among the students. That was our preconditioning. If there is a competition among the students, they will be able to excel. Are you able to see that it's a preconditioning? So
It is
instead of that,
preconditioning, okay, it is a kind of preconditioning that I am accepting, but in some cases we have certain proofs that it helped them. So in what way? So definite conduct in that concept, it is not acceptable, and I am fully agreeing with that. But even in my case, I am going to my childhood days or student days. I have developed myself taking some role models and going with them. That I am sure. So in what way we can relate it, I am thinking. So
Mhm.
the concept of definite conduct, I truly agree with that. But in my path, it helped me, I am thinking. So that some confusion is there with me. Need a clarity.
Yeah, actually, partially it is true. Like some people we consider, even parents also we consider as our role models. But if you are trying to imitate them completely without seeing the reality, without seeing them completely, we are completely imitating all their behavior without right understanding. If you are imitating them, it may lead to some issues. But instead, if you are able to see the reality, like this thing I can accept and this thing is not good, that way we need to classify it, and accordingly we can consider, we can adopt the things from the people, not directly copying or imitating on the basis of right understanding. That's what we
Yes,
want to say.
yes. That right understanding has to be there.
Yes.
But now, as my age is growing, I am able to have that understanding. But that right understanding, as we are doing now, while we were students, it should have with us. Like that, I am feeling. Then
Yes.
the development will be in a different way, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
actually, not blindly adopting everything from them with right understanding. We need to see what is required for us, and we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. Anyone else want to comment on this? Yeah, this is a usual uh, preconditioning in all of us. Like we have to copy those people we consider as they are excelling in their profession, they are excelling in their career, but naturally not blindly copying those people. But what we need to do is, on the basis of right understanding, that's what we are saying. Every time we need to check the purpose. Why, what is the purpose of this? Is it naturally acceptable for me? That way we can develop our right understanding. In all of our activities, we need to check the purpose, and then we need to consider it on the basis of natural acceptance. Is it always naturally acceptable to me? and accordingly we can adopt the things. Yes. Any other comments or any other discussions, or we'll move to the next session? And if you want to say anything related to this peer pressure. So let me take the other slide. One moment. To take this. Yes. So the next. Yeah. So actually, this student induction program workshop, we are helping the students to see the reality of on the basis of right understanding, on the basis of natural acceptance. So this also is a part of their concern. So many concerns like coming out of stress, managing pressure of academics, time management, loss of time due to illness. So all these concerns we have seen earlier also. So our natural acceptance is to be happy, to be healthy. So this session actually will be discussing about this health part. So this also is a major concern for students. Loss of time due to illness. So how can we remain healthy? That's what we are discussing here. So maybe we'll see this question. At this age, I do need to understand the program to ensure good health. All of us can respond. Do we need to understand the program to ensure good health? A, strongly agree. B, agree. C, neither agree nor disagree. D, disagree. Strongly disagree. Kindly respond, and then we'll start this. Then we'll continue the discussion. Do I need to understand the program to ensure good health? We all may be in different age groups. Yes, Ashal Didi is writing A. When we are discussing the content to the students, they may think that oh, we are very young age. We don't need to think about, we all are healthy. So no need to worry about our health. So they may be thinking like that. But every age, do you think that healthy body is important for us? Yes. Chamundeshwari ji is writing A, where the Prakash ji is writing A. Chamundeshwari ji is writing agreeing. Yes. So the proposal, what we have seen about human being was, human being is a coexistence of self and body. Self is there, body is there. Both are coexisting. Need of the self and need of the body are different. Self has certain responsibility towards the body. Healthy body is the need of the self to perform the activities. Self will be giving instructions to the body. If the body is unhealthy, whether it will be able to perform the instructions. So maintaining the health of the body is the responsibility of the self. Are you able to see this? Maintaining the health of the body is the responsibility of the self. What do you think about this? Yes. You are able to see that. Self is deciding something and giving instructions to the body. If morning you wake up, you may think that I have to do that, I need to go there, I want to complete this work. But if you are ill, if you are sick, you won't be able to do anything. So healthy body is the need of the self. So aspiration to be healthy What is the need of the body? Body need physical facilities. Want to eat tasty but healthy food. Tasty and healthy food. Want a healthy, peaceful environment. Those are the needs of the self. Healthy, peaceful environment. Eat tasty but healthy food. Need of the self and need of the body. So what are the issues if the environment is polluted? Infections, non-communicable disorders like obesity, eating more food, obesity, tension, depression, inefficient use of time, time loss due to illness, all these things will happen. So all these concerns can be addressed holistically if you are able to see the reality, the human being, the need of the body, need of the self. So let us explore how understanding human being can help us in realizing our aspirations and resolving the issues holistically. You can see that these are related. So this is my aspiration. I want to be healthy. I need tasty but healthy food. I need a healthy and peaceful environment. So these are the issues. How can I address these two holistically? Let us see that. Let us explore. So are you able to see this question? There is loss of time due to illness. What do you think about this? I want to do that. I want to do this. But today I'm not able to do this because I'm sick. I'll be postponing it to next week. So there is a time loss. Otherwise also, if you are ill, we won't be able to complete the things as we have planned earlier. So what do you think about this? There is a time loss due to illness. Strongly agree, neither agree nor disagree, disagree, strongly disagree. A, B, C, D, E. This is very common. All of us are strongly agreeing. Nice. It's very true. Every time we have faced that earlier, 2 years before 2020, due to COVID situation. Many of us were facing this issue. So we all agree with this. So what can be the solution? To have a healthy body, what can be done? We can see this two realities. We can see the need of the self and need of the body separately. Then we can think about the program to fulfill the need of the self and need of the body separately. So just to recall the things what we discussed earlier, human being, each of us, is a coexistence of self, I, and body. Both are existing. I am there, myself. My body is also there. The need of the self and need of the body are different. I need happiness. I need respect. I need love, care. Those are the needs of the self. But what about the body? Food, clothes, shelter, all these are the need of the body. Now we see in terms of time. Body need food as and when required. I won't be able to take the food continuously. Only when I am hungry, I can take food. So it's a temporary need. But what about the need of the self? I need happiness all the time. I won't be able to remain even a single minute without getting all these feelings. I need it all the time. It is continuous. In terms of quantity, I can quantify the needs of the body. In terms of food, either in terms of numbers or in terms of weight, I can say that I need 2 dosha, 3 chapati, 2 kg rice. Accordingly, I can quantify the needs. Maybe I need 2 houses, 3 houses. Even I have 10 houses. Whatever it is, I can count the number. But what about the need of the self? Whether I'll be able to count it, whether I'll be able to quantify it, it is in terms of quality. It's a feeling. I'm not able to see the self. Same way, I'm not able to quantify it. I can only experience it. Those are feelings. Now, how to fulfill these needs of the self? Through right understanding and right feeling, I can fulfill the need of the self. But what about the need of the body? Physiochemical things. I can fulfill the need of the self and body with physiochemical things. This is what we have discussed in the previous session earlier when we discussed about this proposal, human being coexistence of self and body. Any comments on this proposal? Why we are discussing this content here again? To address the concern related to the health of the body. Self need to show that responsibility for addressing, for maintaining the health of the body. So that feeling of responsibility towards the body for nurturing, protecting, and rightly utilizing the body is known as self-regulation. Self and body are coexisting. There is transfer of information between the self and body. When there is a sensation, body is sending sensation. When I'm hungry, body is sending some hunger signals to the self. Then self is giving instructions to the body, go and take the food. What type of food I need to take? Who will be deciding? Is it the self or the body? Who will be deciding what type of food I need to take? Self or body? It's the self, yes. Self is deciding. Self is deciding to take harmful food, it will be affecting the body. Self is deciding to take nutritious food, it will be nurturing the body. Anyway, we will continue with this discussion in the coming Sunday. Thank you, everyone. We'll see next Sunday for the next session. Thank you. Yes, Bhaiya.
Thank you, Deepa Didi, for the enriching session. With your close, we'll meet again for more such exploration next Wednesday, same time, 7:30. So thank you, everybody. Namaste.